welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It is a good day for Manchester United supporters, including myself. Manchester United this morning in Australia, it was at 1 o'clock this morning, beat Leicester 2-0 and confirmed third place in the Premier League, which is nothing really to write home about. We should be always in the top four anyway, but it was just nice to see us there, considering we were 14 or 15 points behind Leicester at one point, and to finish above Chelsea as well was really impressive. And we didn't do it very well. I don't think we played very well last night or this morning, but 3 points, 2-0 win, and at the end of the day it's about putting 3 points on the board. We didn't do it very flash with great football, but it worked. And as a result, I'll be using this today, and Devil's on the field from Lather Bros, and I'm really looking forward to these shaves. I'm enjoying the camera, I'm enjoying the shaves, I'm feeling mentally better. I'm feeling physically a little bit better. My leg feels a lot better today than it did yesterday. It was really aching yesterday, but it's still sore today. So I'm still taking Panadol, which is like a longer lasting Panadol that's slow release. But anyway, Lather Bros, Devil's on the field. Now the scent on this is supposed to be reminiscent of being at a football match or a baseball game or soccer match, whatever you want to call it, in a stadium with grass, wet grass, and this one is really just grass. Now the scent on it, to me, just smells like sweet grass with a little bit of earthiness to it. It is quite sweet, there is a fruitiness to this. I don't know whether Andre is actually ever going to release this to the masses, whether it would be a Manchester United one or whether it would be just a football or a grass scented soap based on sport. Personally, I think this should just get released. I think if we did a pre-order, I think there's enough Manchester United supporters in this hobby. I've got people that follow Manchester United as a result of the fact that I follow them because they watch my channel, so they don't even watch the football, I don't think, but I think they would buy the soap. But yeah, it smells great. The brush for tonight I have got soaking. Now it has been soaking for absolutely ages. It is in my Rexton Port Brewing Company, Port Rexton Brewing Company, and this was a gift from Chris Kirchen. God, I had to think there. From Carve, so he actually sent that over as part of a care package that he sent. He sent soaps, he sent like a bag, a Carve bag, he just sent loads of stuff over. Grandpa, Uncle, not Uncle Grandpa, I think that's a show the kids watch on TV. Grandpa, like Grandpa, shaving soaps, I think that's what it is. Just gonna start soaking my brush for my face shave. Yep, that's just enough water in it. So yes, we did it. The man that should get all the credit for it really, or the man that gets most of the credit, is on the back of my shirt. Hopefully you can see that. Bruno Fernandes. He's got 8 goals and 7 assists in 14 games. So he's been involved in 15 goals and 14 games. He's played every single minute of every Premier League game since he arrived in January. And he's been a revelation. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's been tired the last 2 or 3 games. But even then he still gives it everything, and he's been a little bit sloppy, but he scored a penalty last night. They won 2-0, you can't really whinge at that, can you? Right, here we go. Soap, brush, soap, brush, brush, soap. That's a little bit for you out there. You know who you are. I'm quite tired today. I normally go to bed now if it's it was actually an 11 o'clock kick-off, so it wasn't too bad, it was reasonably early, it finished at 1 in the morning. But if it's 12 or onwards, I actually try and go to bed about 8 or 9 o'clock at night and try and get a few hours sleep before the game, get up and watch it, and then get another 3 or 4 hours sleep afterwards to try and sort of get my sleep in. As you can see, this is whipping up a really nice lather. Well, a nice load really. I'm just going to wet my head. So I've got 2 days growth. I'm going to try and stick to 2 days growth for the foreseeable future. The reason being is I just find having 2 days growth is just a little bit better for shaving. You can see it's there, when you shave it off. Hopefully you can hear it more as well. I have noticed with this camera, with the ZV-1 from Sony, that it is very much built for voice. It picks up vocals more than other sounds, and that's what it was made for. I do have the little hot shoe thing on, or the little cold shoe mic muffler, whatever you want to call it. It's like a little fluffy, it's like a little afro. It's good. In fact, my camera's got more hair than me. Right, there is the brush loaded. 30mm turn and shave, made by Milton over in the States. This guy can turn a brush. He has been pulling off some amazing brushes of late, and to be honest with you, I personally think he's one of the best in the business. And I've got incredible brushes. That Dan Rob brush is beautiful. My Envy Shade brush is lovely. Even the stuff from Tony Forsyth over here in Australia, Wolf Whiskers, Morrison Fondren. I've tried a lot of brushes. I've had a lot of brushes in the den. Leo Frillo, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Even West Coast shaving brushes are lovely. But I just think that Milton has reached a level now where he's starting to surpass most in terms of his finishing and his quality of turns and his style of turns. There are a lot of brush makers in the community that I personally think make brush handles that are out of proportion to the knots and out of proportion to just how they look. Some of them just look enormous, some of them look too skinny on the top and too fat on the bottom. It just seems to get, this is almost like a chubby type brush, but the proportions of it to the knot, to the length of the handle and the thickness and stuff like that, he really thinks about what he's making. He doesn't just go and make a brush and hope it looks good. He actually puts up, you can see that he thinks about it. And I think that sets a lot of people apart in this hobby. I'm just going to go and open my mirror so I can see the back of my head. Now I can't see it very well because my camera sits right here now where I used to look, but I can just see it. When I bend over a bit, it goes under my head, or it goes under the camera view, my eyesight. So. I also get a lot of questions about bow knots. I quite like bow knots, but only when they've got soft tips. I don't like them when they're scritchy and stiff and hard and not very comfortable. I know a lot of people do. On a head shave, I can get away with that, I can survive with it, because the head isn't quite as sensitive as the neck and the face and stuff like that. It is a little bit more hardy. So I can get away with it there. I'm just going to dip the brush in it. Do you know what? Let's just splay. Now this one splays quite easy. It's not got masses of backbone, but it's got enough for it to give you a good scrub. It doesn't have any scritch or scratch. When I first got it, it came out, the first use of it was pretty much scritch and scratch free. There was a couple of really thick fibres in here, like just dodgy ones, so I actually plucked them out. I know you're not supposed to do that. Just dropping water into the knot now. But I just found that once I took those thick hairs out, it solved the problem. And it hasn't dropped any hairs since, really. I think I maybe dropped 2 or 3 hairs in this knot in the whole time. And they haven't come out from the base, from the glue, but they've actually snapped off. So this is the first time I've shaved my head twice in the space of 2 days in quite a long time. I do still have a little spot on the back of my neck, but I have noticed that it has healed up quite well since my previous shave 2 days ago. And as you can see, the lather is just building beautifully. Lather Bros are a very underrated soap in my opinion. I think they're just brilliant. I think they're definitely a top tier soap maker. The people themselves, Andre and Steph, are wonderful people. They just make great products. The scents for me are great as well. In all honesty, I don't think I've had a scent from Lather Bros that I didn't really like. I think I've liked them all really. And they were all unique. I did remember the name of the one with the flamingo. I think it was actually called Flamingo Trance. Oh, do you know what's the chances of that? Is I going to pick that up? There we go. I'm just talking about it, I ain't lost one, and there we go, lost one. I think that is me done. You can see this little brush has built a fantastic lather. It really has. It's very ergonomic to hold, it's comfortable. I think Milton did a great job of it. And I will definitely go back when things settle down and I do start purchasing again. As I've said before, I do have a package coming in. It's a bloody big package. I don't know what's in it, really. I know a couple of things. I'm really excited about it. It's stuck in a warehouse at the moment, and hopefully it'll get here by the end of this week. That's the hope anyway. It might be next week, I'm not sure. Right, as you've probably seen from the photograph at the start of the video, I pulled out a razor that I have not used in probably 6 months, and it's this, the Headblade Moto. Now this little guy here, it's all plastic. That's a downside straight away. It's got plastic cartridges, downside straight away, but it's a fantastic shaver. It works really well. And look, if I'm honest, if they could make an environmentally friendly version of this, it would be brilliant. It would be the best head shaver on earth. Now, Leaf Shave, I don't know whether they're looking at stuff like this. I have recommended to them not to copy this, but if they could create something like this out of their Leaf Shave razor, it would revolutionise head shaving. It really would, because their Leaf Shave, their Leaf razor is phenomenal for head shaving. If they could make something that's this ergonomic, this easy to use on your head, I think they would just demolish the market. A little ball on here for ease of manoeuvrability, and all you do is slot it on your finger. Now, one thing I found with this razor, it works perfectly for me because I've got quite slim hands, and I don't have manly hands, if that's the word to use. I don't know whether you can see that anymore, but I don't have big chunky manly hands. That, I'm not a manual labourer. I never have been. You can see there's no calluses on these fingers. I've always been in jobs like the police and transits, and I've never really done anything like that. Window cleaning was different. That was manual labour, but I was always sticking my hands in sort of fairy dish soap and morning fresh dish soap, so it was always moisturising and keeping them soft. It wasn't that kind of manual labour. But anyway, here we go, straight against the grain, 2 days growth with a, look at that lather, absolutely brilliant. Now this is the last cartridge that I have for this razor. I do not have any more of them. I do, however, have a pack. I do actually have another package, I forgot about that, look at that. I do have another package on the way, and it actually has, I think it's a Gillette Sensor XL cartridge head with the, with the thing to clip it. I think he's actually sent me a full Headblade, to be honest. I can't remember, I'm sure he's actually sent me a whole Headblade to try, just to give an opinion or an impression on how good it is with the Gillette Sensor XL cartridge on it. It'll certainly be interesting. And to be honest with you, as much as I love the Leaf razor, just for the sheer ease of use, this is a great travel option. It's very light, it's very small. I'm not sure how it works with cartridges, whether you can actually take a cartridge on a plane. Now, to do the sides of your head, I hold it like that. So for here, I just pull down a little bit. I've got a little bit of use of my left arm again. It's getting better every day. Same again here. And I think this cartridge has done one shave, I think, before. It looks pretty new. So when I was doing the back strokes, I put it on this way. When I'm doing, back strokes this way. When I'm doing the forward strokes from the back of my head, I put it on that way. And then you come up from the back. It's brilliant. Such a well-designed tool. Now, as far as I'm aware, don't quote me on this, but I think the gentleman that actually created this razor, I think he's actually passed away, and he wasn't very old. I was very lucky. I was lucky enough to actually deal with him directly and speak with him, and he was a lovely bloke. But I can't remember who told me, but I'm pretty sure he's passed away. So, condolences to his family, because he's created something that's made the shaving world, the bald shaving world, the head shaving world, a happier, better place for his creation. And you can only hope that you do something with your life that helps others do something as well. I think it's amazing, but it was pretty sad when I was told. But like I say, I don't know whether, I wasn't able to track any information down on it, whether it was true or not. I did, in the beginning I recommended this razor, and I still do, but I did have a few people that picked it up. Sean Kent was one of them, over in England. And it shredded his head, I think, from memory. I think he said it just demolished his skin. It tore into him quite a few times. I'll just show you from the back here. So I hope you can hear, you can see it's obviously taking a lot of hair off. But you can definitely hear the audio on it, that when you've got the hair there it's scraping and then it's like toast, knife on toast. And then when there's no hair there, it just disappears completely. And you just get left with that. Certainly a very satisfying razor, considering it's a cartridge razor. That's the biggest downside to cartridges generally, I find, is the enjoyment factor for them, because there's no real skill involved with a cartridge razor. It does it all for you. You know, if you can't shave with a cartridge razor, you're really struggling. And to be fair, the technique that you learn from shaving with double edge and single edge and straight razors, that really puts you in good stead for a cartridge. I can now shave with a cartridge razor far superior to when I could prior to traditional wet shaving, prior to making my step into this hobby. The funny thing is, I actually read something recently, I can't remember if it was I think it was Instagram, and it was a quote about dads and why dads get into hobbies, because there's no real skill involved. You just collect something and then you put it on a shelf, and you've got a hobby. This hobby of traditional wet shaving is skill based. You have to learn it, you have to become better at it, or otherwise you'll never enjoy it. If you're constantly cutting yourself and getting irritation, it would never be an enjoyable thing, and you would lose interest and you would just give up. This hobby is one of the few hobbies in the world, I believe, where you actually have to learn something. You know, it's a bit like hobbies would be like, I would say other hobbies would be dominoes and, the card games. You have to learn how to play them and become better at them. So a lot of them are luck based rather than skill, but this for me is this isn't a skill, this is just easy. But using double edge razors, straight razors, chevettes, single edge razors, all these traditional methods, you have to learn it. And I think that's what makes, oh God, Jesus, I'm nearly BBS. Do you know what? I'm not even going to put any more soap on, because that would just be silly. Let's just get BBS. Using the residual slickness of the soap, which I've spoken about before with Lather Bros. It is brilliant. And this formula that I've got here is pretty old. I think Andre sent me this as a gift. It would have been back in 2018, I think. So I've had this soap for a good couple of years now. It's never let me down. I have used it for countless Manchester United pre-match shaves, for trying to get a bit of the old luck going. I'm not superstitious, because it doesn't always work, and then when it doesn't work, you gut it. But it's generally been good for me. I've used it and we've done well. Right, let's just rinse this off. that, what a shave that was. I mean, that's what time am I in here? I'm at 20 minutes. I've done a lot of waffling and talking bullshit, but I reckon if I took the shave into account, that shaves less than 10 minutes, easily. And what a finish. The post shave's great. It's BBS, there's nothing left up there. I mean, I'm not even going to have to touch that up. I know I'm not, because there's just nothing there. So the Headblade's got a great shave in it, and it holds a special place in head shaving as far as I'm concerned. Something that is pretty much unique to what it does. They were the first to sort of invent this type of head shaving technique, I believe. You've obviously got Omni-Shave, I think Defender do something similar. There's a couple of others. There's a German company that make one that's a little bit like this. It's got two blades on it and it goes sort of. I don't think anything I've used really has surpassed the Headblade in terms of cartridges. If I'm brutally honest about it, this gives me a better shave than the Leaf. It does. I do get a better shave. I mean, that's super close. I know there's not going to be any blood anywhere. There's none. It was very comfortable. It was efficient. One pass and a touch up, and you're finished. So for me, it is still better than the Leaf razor. But the Leaf razor has a massive edge on everything on the market in terms of cartridges. It works like a cartridge razor, but it uses safety razor blades that are snapped in half, and it's all metal construction, and they've just been certified eco-friendly or whatever it is that they've been certified as. So they've got something over the market that no one else does, in my opinion, as good as them. There probably is other razors out there that do a similar sort of thing to Leaf, but as far as I'm aware, that's the only one that's a 3-blade cartridge style razor that's all metal construction that uses DE blades. If they could make one of them that does the same thing, I think they would rule the head shaving market quite simply and easily. Anyway, look at this, look. Oh, Devil's on the Field from Lather Bros. Absolutely brilliant soap, great performing soap. I love the scent. It is pretty much a sweetgrass scent, but for me, spending so much of my life playing football and in stadiums and things like that, that scent is just synonymous with me, of my childhood and everything I remember being young playing football. I love it. I think it's great. It's a nice sweet grassy scent. It's not for everyone. The wife hates it, absolutely hates it, but I'll continue to use it because I enjoy it. I'm going to finish off now with Devil's on the Field from Lather Bros Post Shave Balm. This is their old style bottles. This is 2 or 3 years old style bottle. This was the newer bottle. This is Winwood. This is my favourite Lather Bros scent. I shall be back. There's not many things I hate more than fucking people ringing up to fucking sell me SEO optimization for my business website, which I'm not even in the business anymore, but they still ring me. It does my freaking head in. And this is nothing against Indian people, but it's 99% of the time an Indian person or an Indian accent. It just does my freaking head in. And I've got friends from India, so it's not a dupe at Indians. I've got really good friends at work that are Indian. A lot of the people that I work with are Indians. That's the sort of jobs that they get into when they come over here when they first emigrated. So nothing against Indians, but fuck me, stop ringing me. It does my freaking head in. I waste so much of my life going, hello. Sometimes I just leave the phone, I answer it and they start talking. I just chuck the phone on the bed and just let them talk for 45 minutes, and then they go, oh, he's not there. And then you get the abusive voicemail message 5 minutes later. Anyway, I'm tracking this video out talking shit. Yes, as I was saying, Winwood, my favourite scent from Lather Bros, and I'll be using it in my face shit today. This will be a Lather Bros day. Devil's on the Field followed by Winwood. We did win last night. There we go, that's my little pun for the day. Aftershave balm, this does have menthol in it. I think the other one does as well. Does it? Yeah, it does. But the amount of menthol's great. Anyway, I'm going to pop a little bit in my hand here. That's it, you don't need a lot of this stuff. The scent on this one, on the balm, does differ, oh Jesus, does differ from the soap. Not drastically, but it's a lot sweeter. It's actually more gourmand, believe it or not, even though it's a grassy scent. It smells almost like a herbaceous type scent. It's not full on like grass. Oh, look at the sun blasting. Let's see how the camera goes. It did alright. I did use it yesterday to record my youngest boys' football. They won 6-1. Max scored 2 goals. I think they scored within the first minute, I'm pretty sure it was. It was a brilliant goal. But because it was first time using the camera, I left product showcase on. I didn't realise product showcase, when it's on, it deactivates active stabilisation, so it was like, I don't know, it was just the shakiest footage you ever saw. It was just bouncing all over the place and I could hardly see what was going on. The ball was flying about and it was just dreadful. I managed to finally fix it in the second half. So the first half, and it was 5-0 in the first half. All goals scored with a shaky cameraman. The brush for today, the turn and shave, stunning, just beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Now this is a 30mm whipped dog bow knot, and as you can see, I'll just turn off the defocus. And it should really focus in on those hair fibres now. Just put that back just for clarity. It is one of the most unique knots you'll ever see. You can see it's all twisted. It is such a weird looking knot, but it feels beautiful on the face. It's very low loft, and as you can see, I'm pushing pretty hard there, and it's got heaps of backbone. But when it's got lather in it and it's pretty wet, it splays nicely. It gives great scrub, works brilliantly. And the handle, I mean honestly, look at that handle. It's absolutely beautiful. There are no striation marks on this handle. There's no, to the naked eye at least, I can see nothing on it. This camera might pick things up, I don't know. There is this coin in the bottom. But it just turns a beautiful brush. I can't really say much more about Milton. I think he does a great job, and he's a pleasure to work with. He just always gets back to you. He's just brilliant. The razor was the Headblade Moto. This is the plastic one. I did get rid of my stainless steel one a good while back because I wasn't really using it, and that was almost sort of eco-friendly, but the cartridges never are. Finished off today with Devils on the Field, post-shave balm, and Manchester United 2-0 win in the Champions League next season. I'm really looking forward to next year now, and I'm hoping to go out and buy a couple of really good players and spend the money now and really invest and hopefully give the Premier League a good push for a win next year as well. But other than that, I shall catch you guys in the face shave. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.